NERDSoul. Late Ill Kid at OneYoungsta, holding it down, bringing that StreetGeek and NERDSoul. What is up, my people, today? Oh, yeah, coming with another wonderful episode of That's Right, Thumbnails Chillin. ThatNERDSoulite. Let's roll through. That's right. We are getting ready to talk about the one and only My Hero Academia Season 4. But I'm joined by some awesome people. You know what I'm saying? We going down south. You know what I'm saying? But
dirty.
This is the Dirty South episode. You know what I'm saying? This is the Dirty South episode. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm from Virginia, but this is like even further south. All right, this is going down to the water. All right.
Asian country, Creole country.
So I will start off to my left, or maybe you're right, depending on if this flips it. But Ninja Yoyo, what's up? Introduce yourself.
Yo, it's Ninja Yoyo coming at you live from COVID-Con 2020. We out here.
Man, and then to my right, I think, unless it flips it, the man of the hour, Tower of Power. No, I'm just playing. It's Keith from Blerdish, y'all.
What up, y'all? Coming from the same place where Sherry's at, somewhat. But I'm in a shady parking lot, so don't worry about me. But nah, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Just out here getting some.
Hey, get off my lawn, Keith. I see you.
Hey, it's my first Zoom one, so yes, us older people don't know exactly what to look at. So
you only
I'm looking all over the place.
Then to diagonal down, diagonal southeast or whatever, we have Jensen. What's up? Introduce
What's
yourself.
going on? Straight from the bedroom here in Arkansas, man. You know, just making it. Just happy to be on this beautiful podcast with some beautiful people. Shout out to the Southerners listening right now.
Yeah. And then
for the South.
Yeah, Southwest, we have Rachel Gamma Ray, right?
Yes, it's your girl, Gamma Ray Cosplay. Speaking to y'all from the down here, deep South, Mississippi, 601 representing. Yeah, Luffy is bae, lawyer by day, cosplayer, always.
Wow. Luffy lover.
Yes, always. I had power for life. Thank you.
So today we're just going to get into the show that I was resistant to, and I'll gauge you guys on it first. To Jensen, how did you get into My Hero?
Honestly, it was some friends telling me about it, and I was like, "Yo, like, what's this?" And then they showed me. I guess it was like one of the animes that was like one of the list we always see is like one of the top upcoming animes that they tend to put out like every year. And it was on there, and I was like, "Yo, what's this?" And then after the first episode, I was hooked. I was hooked. You know, they threw me for a loop when I saw All Might and when he shrunk down, and I was like, "Oh yeah, this
Small Might."
Yeah, this ain't gonna be no cliche. This ain't gonna be no cliche. Whatever. He shrunk down like the first episode, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm hooked. I got to see where this goes."
Word up. Gamma Ray, how did you get into My Hero?
I had recently stumbled upon Funimation, the app, and was doing a whole bunch of binge watching on some of my favorite anime series. And then all of a sudden, when I was doing another search, it popped up, and I was like, "What's this?" I hadn't really heard anybody talking about it. And like Jensen said, you know, I was watching it, and then here I see, you know, this little scrawny kid, Deku, and I was just like, oh my gosh, here we go. Another whiny kid that nobody likes, but he wants to be a superhero. Like, where's this going to go? But it just took a fast turn where he even tried to save, not his friend, but his bully. And he had no powers. And you really wanted to root for him, the true underdog story, which is pretty much all shonen. But I mean, this one I felt wasn't going to be so, what's the word? Stereotypical. I feel like, you know what, I could get behind this. And being All Might, and he wasn't like a douchebag or, you know, all high and mightier than now just because he was the number one hero. You know, he really cared about this kid and he saw something in him. And I mean, it was great action. And I mean, there was doesn't matter what your quirk is, it's just how you use it, and it just this whole new world that it opened up, and I was excited. I was hooked.
Cool. Keith, how'd you get into it?
For me, I'm gonna build off of something Jensen said and just kind of add to it. Basically, I love anime, but I don't do a whole my anime levels are increasing, but I always get into 3 shows at a time. So Naruto ended for me. It took forever to end. So I was like, all right, what's the next shonen that I can get into? And My Hero had already had a season premiere, so I got into it. I binged it, and like he said, like Jensen said, the first episode, it built upon, saying All Might, when he shrunk down, he's dying. Like, all right, you get that. Okay, something has happened. This world is serious. Even though the cartoon, the animation, they look a little silly at times until it got serious. But All Might hooked me right away. But also just the fact that they were really going for the Western trope of superheroes in an anime, instead of their own version, but like how you get into the business of being a superhero.
Cool. So, Ninja?
We talked about this for a little bit in our interview, so I don't want to say, I don't want to duplicate what I just said. So,
well, they may not have seen that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so go check out the interview. So, but I will just touch on it. On this, I was different from, I guess, my colleagues here. I was talking hot smack about My Hero. I just was like, bro, character design I thought was potato. I don't know, man. I just was like, dude, I was like tooth and nail, not want to do it. Checked out a random episode one night of Uravity fighting Bakugo, and was like, this is not going this is going as I expected, but the tone of it is I can respect that. So that's what made me get into it. Because I actually find that the first and second episode drag a little. So if I had started from the beginning, I would have dropped it. It is what it is. He keeps shaking his head, but it's just I'm not an MC type of girl, so I'm just looking at this potato kid, this Tommy Pickles of anime, I can't get into it. All Might's dope and whatnot, but that's just not enough. You can't watch Naruto just for Kakashi, you know what I mean? You just gotta be more. So I'm glad that I just caught a random episode, a random fight or a random scene, and then got into it from there.
What type of
all right, well, for me, I feel
I'm just being honest, devil's advocate.
For me, I had 2 friends that were like, you should watch it. And I started watching it. I did not like it. I was like, oh, okay, I get it. It's kind of like the Sword in the Stone. All right, cool, no doubt. This is cool, but I'm not into the character design or anything.
Right.
But they were like, keep watching it, trust us. And then I got to the the tune-in exams, basically. You know what I'm saying? The I guess the school tournament where they come together for their first fight. Then I was like, okay, cool, I'm in. Now, now we're having some fun. Now we're fighting. Now we're, moving around and all that good stuff. Cool. Because at first I was like, I'm not interested in these kids. This dude does have a weird shaped head, and
lumpy man.
And I don't like their outfits, their superhero outfits. I'm like, are they trying to not be good? Who is making these? So I was like, I wasn't feeling it. But then when we got to the exams, I was like, well, all right, I'm here. I hate
outfits with a passion, honestly.
It just looks horrible.
I like Deku's outfit now. I hate when he put on the bunny. That I hate.
That helmet's got to go, bro.
It's who he got with the boots and all that. I was like, that's pretty dope.
Oh, the Timbos, the fresh new Timbos.
Right.
With the gloves.
Those aren't Timbos. Those are lugs.
Oh.
hey. Don't hate on the bird man love.
Lugs was alright too. They had a little something. They had a little moment in time.
You can work out construction with the Lugs, all right? They get the job.
Apparently.
Moving that Def Jam fighting video game.
Oh man, Def Jam Fight for New York. Shouts out to Def Jam. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, one of the best games ever, man.
My brother used to play that all the time.
What's the hold up with a remake? Like, why? What's the hold up?
He ain't just tripping.
Licensing.
Yeah, probably licensed. Yeah.
They
gave us that whack icon though game.
Don't even speak. We don't mention that around here.
We don't mention that. I'm sorry. Charity didn't give me the rules. That's my fault.
I'm just saying. I'm saying that it don't exist. That's another world.
So
icon is where COVID-19 need to go very soon.
Wow. So to Gamma Ray, how are you feeling when you came out of season 4? In general, how did you feel? Did you feel like this season gave me what I needed? Or did you feel like, yo, I wasn't really feeling this?
In the beginning, I was like, okay, I'm getting what I want. I'm getting some good backstory. I'm getting some good action scenes. We getting introduced to the first black, where is it? First black superhero, finally.
Black.
You know, shout out to Gabe Coon, voice actor for him. But yeah, I mean, I was enjoying it. It was going great. I mean, it was a dope fighting scene with Deku towards the middle, and then it just, as always, we get hit with filler episodes. You know, just about them in school and stuff. And I was just like, great. So this is how it ends. And I was very disappointed. But then I, watched the last 2 episodes, and I was like, thank you. I needed something to help carry me over to, the next season, or just kind of see build something up. But I was a little apprehensive because I was like, how is Endeavor going to really just rep and be the new light and, the number one hero? But I really enjoyed, well, not necessarily enjoyed, but I liked how they didn't just like skim over or like completely forget, like, he low-key still ain't shit. He ain't shit daddy.
Thank you.
What he did, I mean, we forgive him, but at the end of the day, he's still our dad, and he's acknowledged and Loki, I mean, he's not jumping around like, yeah, I'm about to be number one. Like, he's has an internal battle with that himself.
Gotta work for it.
So you kind of that. So I definitely appreciate that. Come on now, like, the man, like, legit low-key just hemmed up this chick just so he could have kids that have both his kind, like, insane. So yeah, seeing that, and then seeing him fight, and I mean, get his ass up. You hear me? I mean, damn.
He had some adversity.
So, but yeah, like, he came out on top, and that last, little glimpse of him when he raises his arm in the air, like, I could see, like, okay, I could believe him being the number one hero and trying to be, the new light. Like, I can see it. I mean, he still got a long way to go, but I mean, after that, I was like, thank you. I enjoyed it.
All right, and to Ninja.
I mean that.
All right, Ninja, what you got?
So, I guess I'm gonna, like, that way for the flow of things, I'm gonna start where Gamma Ray left off and then go backwards. So on the Endeavor note, I agree that we're seeing this character that's going to be uplifted in the public eye, but we know the behind the scenes story, right? Yeah, he's a horrible person, and I do, no spoilers, but in the manga, they're going to keep stressing that in his family and stuff like that, in his life, that he's going to have this, like, and we're seeing it here, right? That he's got a consistent struggle between, like, gosh, I was a bad human, but like a good hero. It's kind of like an all-star, like, basketball player, or like the sheriff in town is like good at what he does, his job, but it's just like a crappy person. Like, it's possible to be a crappy person and a good good at what you do and talented at what you do, on top or not. And I mean, that's just kind of, I mean, whether it's politics or sports, or in this case, heroes, that can exist. Like just because you're the best doesn't mean you're the best. We've been looking at All Might, we're looking at Deku, thinking that heroes have to be this just like perfect human, and you just don't have to be. You can be selfish, you can make bad decisions. So it's nice to see that. But I do not think Endeavor's redeemed. Some people thought he was redeemed off that one fight. No, sir, no, ma'am, no, bam, no spam. Like, no. But just, we got to watch this. We got to evolve as it goes. So I'm excited to see that get animated, because it's going to be some cool art from there. Story before that, the new top 10 is great, and that's going to set the stage for a lot. You got your girl, Money Bay, Mirko, holding it down. I'm excited to see her kick ass, literally. Everybody else, all right, cool, whatever. But that was my focus, because, I mean, you got the 2020 version of Yorichi coming in, so I'm excited for her. Before that... actually, I may not. I mean, my fellow cosplayers out there have been so good at like doing her justice. Like, I mean, I don't got a cosplayer. Like, I mean, she's dope. Like, but I don't. She may or may not be for me. But she's my wife. I mean, do I have to be my wife? Like, I don't know. But anyway, the arc before that though, the Gentle Criminal arc. The school festival arc is oddly enough not filler. It was translated almost panel for panel in the manga, but it is also the weakest arc by far in the manga, in my opinion. So I was not looking forward to it. In fact, I basically binged the whole thing because I was like, I don't want to watch these guys. Like I don't know. It was just whack. I'm sure we're going to get into it. And then, of course, the arc before that was awesome with Lemillion. We haven't talked about Lemillion yet. Yeah. I could go on for days about Lemillion, and that arc was great. They could have fleshed out a little more. I thought pretty much the whole season was going to be that arc, for the most part, because it is so much character development. Such an iconic villain, Chiaski, right? Pronunciation there, that everybody loves. I thought we were going to get more than just like the first half of the season there, but all in all, great. But cool. Second half of the season, whack.
So Keith, how you feeling about season 4, man?
I'm gonna follow the trend. I'm gonna start off with I guess Endeavor. I like what the ladies say. He is not redeemed. He is a terrible, terrible, terrible person. Honestly, he really should be in jail. Really, if we're taking this from not just the shonen, but like as an adult, he is that person who had all his stuff swept under the rug by society because of how important he is.
But that's real. That's real. That stuff happens.
It's real. It's real.
You're a great something, so we'll forget this.
That's just basically like Harvey Weinstein, if you want, had it swept up the rug for years.
You make people a lot of money, so we'll forget things.
But taking it in context in their world, you need Endeavor because we know Endeavor, the man can fight. Even though I wouldn't have cared if he died, but I am happy that he's there. I'm glad that he give it his all. And I did like how Hawks was ribbing him a little bit, was messing with his ego. And all Endeavor could like, look, man, just watch me work. And Endeavor, like, the only thing I relate with Endeavor, sometimes I can get that angry. I can get that pissed off. And I just be like, look, man, get out of my way. I have to burn this down. Let's go. So, Endeavor is very, as far as the shonen tropes of it, but shout out to the writers for just including that. Like, you damaged your family, man. You damaged us. You need to kind of repent or, redeem yourself, and you need to acknowledge that. And I love the dialogue between the kids and their mom and how it was supposed. Yes. But going back, I did like some of Gentle. I know that was the weakest thing of it. I'm a sucker for some of the school festival stuff because, my school wasn't that fun. So, like...
Gotta get your tropes.
Cool. these tropes, so I can't relate to it. You know, I was ready to get the hell out of high school. Like, I'm not sticking around here. But you know, it was cool. It was nice. I didn't really, you know, the La Brava and Gentle thing. I like Gentle. I ain't really, I don't know, some of the things that they were discussing, I ain't really care for. But so I'm just gonna zoom right past that. But of course, man, Overhaul is, you know, I love the overarching thing with Overhaul, the League of Villains, and they hate towards each other. And what's his name? You know, the man with the ashy hands. I forgot his actual villain. Can't pronounce his you know.
What is his name?
You know. Some people like Shigaraki or something like that.
Shigaraki and Overhaul. I love how they really did not like each other, and that old boy was like, "All right, I'm gonna play your game, Overhaul. I'm gonna work with you for now." But then they twist that knife in, and I do like Twice. I do like what's her name? You know, the Secondus.
Twice is great.
Yeah, Twice.
Twice is kind of fun to watch.
Twice is funny because how he was talking to also the guy who makes stuff disappear with his marbles or whatever. I like him as a character too because I like that he got his revenge with Overhaul. Dope character, dope villain. But when they came in to break or to torture Overhaul, and he took that marble and popped his arm out, like, oh, like he did not forget about that arm. And they took the other arm and like, oh, well, you don't like quirks? You don't need yours. Goodbye. I'm like, damn, boy, he is petty. The League of Villains did not forget, and they are not playing games, and I like that. That's what you want from villains. That taking mess from nobody. So the Overhaul, and like you say, Lemillion, Sun Eater, dope characters, and shout out, you know, for the big man, shout out to Fat Gum, or what's his name, for coming through with Red Riot. Fat Gum and Red Riot. You know, so
that was a nice little team up too. When they, you know,
I want to see Fat Gum going forth in more arcs, and I want to see Rocklock come back too. Like, and I love that Rocklock, even though people were like, you know, first hating on him because he had an attitude and all this, but he had a reason behind it. And he's like, these are children. I'm a dad, and you know, as a parent, you know, you ain't trying to put kids, even if you're mean to the children, you're not wanting to put them in harm's way. He just did not express it. But you know, he's out here doing tactical, you know, police type stuff. You know, like, these are kids. Like, I don't want them to get murdered while I got to do my job. So, but he like, all right, y'all proved it. And then, but you see in the heat of battle, he was like, y'all got to go. I'm going to stop this. I'm going to be a hero. I'm going to keep y'all moving. So go. So yeah, man, shout out to Rocklock.
Yeah. What up? So Jensen, how you feeling?
Well, first of all, let me just explain that y'all haven't said the single greatest character in My Hero history. Y'all have nobody that said his name. Gang Orca. Let's just put that out there right now.
Yo, the coat is so real.
Greatest My Hero hero of all time. And he loves the kids. He
really loves the kids. Literally. All of them.
He loves it. We're just not gonna argue about that right now. He really should be number one, but you know, the light novel says that he just didn't want to, you know, do all that, you know, it's not one, but I'm making up that part right there.
I mean, gang, bro. You
yes,
got time for that.
And then, but man, so far it was roller coaster feels for me. I'm not even gonna lie. It had moments where I was like, okay, I know where this is gonna go. But then, even when it went where I thought, like when he did United States of Smash for the first time, you know, that I almost shed a tear after I had to rewatch that fight a couple times. I just love how they do stuff from when they put the stats up. I love how they keep recurring putting the stats up with what characters like, they blood type, their move set and everything. I love that because you'll forget. I don't care how with animes you can forget with all the stuff they. The
world's too big.
Yeah.
So that's why I love the reoccurring theme as far as that goes. Like y'all said, Overhaul, man. When him and the League of Villains met for the first time in that room, and he disintegrated the guy that did the magnetism.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, you know.
Yeah, it was like we.
I was speechless for like a couple seconds. Then they pulled up on him. The two League of Assassin henchmen put up on him from behind. He like reached in to pull something out, and they was like, "Nah, G, like what you doing here?" It was like overhaul is just love it. Then it's the other things I will get into, but it's like the manga, and I don't want to like spoil anything. But and then the Endeavor and the last Endeavor fight, I don't watch it like 10 times right now, and I still watch it like the first time. You know, but yeah, man, y'all pretty much echoed everything I could possibly say as far as what I'm getting out of it right now, anime wise. But then, like anything else, I would get to spoil and stuff. I'm not gonna do that.
Right, exactly. That's what I was trying to hold back too.
Mm-hmm.
I would say like that look on Todoroki's face, like when he thought his dad, like he saw him fighting and he was just like, here he go, like, come on, let's hurry this up. But that scene where nobody knew, like, wait, did he make it? Like, we see fire.
Yeah.
He's like, somebody alive, and then he's like low-key shaking, and like you can see the mix of emotions of like anger, low-key fear, sad, and I think almost regret, and not even like, oh man, I'm so sad, it's my dad, but it's like there's so much unsaid, like there's so much we haven't done.
Yeah.
Me in my own right, you know, without him being able to come up, so I can, like, all that, like regret is probably the worst feeling anybody could go through, and you could see that, and it was
right.
I definitely appreciate them kind of showing that and making sure to talk about that.
Yeah, I like the fact that they spent some time on like the man that Endeavor is, and I like the fact that it looks like he's trying to figure out how to atone but doesn't know how. Because there's a lot of times that we, in regular life, are trying to like figure out how do I say sorry, but I don't know how. You know, like she talked about, what'd she say? He leaves flowers for her, but he never, like, she never sees them. So it's like,
flower.
Yeah, so it's like, I think he's at the point now, especially with All Might gone, that I think internally he's like, all right, I got to be a better man. And then he's like, oh, how do I be a better man?
Mm-hmm.
like,
I think All Might aren't invincible. Like All Might was, like, I was supposed to beat All Might in his prime, and here, literally the number one, the light of the world and all heroism is now this, like Sherry said, small Might. I mean, I think that was kind of like a gut check of like, whoa, you know, I am not invincible or invulnerable to life. Like, I could be taken out like that.
Well, Endeavor also has this other layer of how he acquired, like, the official rankings said, oh, you're number one, but it's kind of like it's a defaulted win. So you have all these other complications of, and he was trying to better himself before this, which is nice. Like, it's not like he's trying to become a better man because he is now number one. He was already trying to progress towards that. But in the middle of this is like, well, his career, he got that promotion, but it's kind of like a defaulted promotion. It's like everybody's striving to be number one, and he's now number one, but now he's got to prove to fans and to himself if he's really worthy of that spot. Because especially you got people like Hawks and all these other people talking smack in his ear, like, bro, like, all right, like, come with it, you know? So it's good to see the inner workings of the stress there. In addition to just like the general smack dab, let me just follow this other character and see how they do better. But you're actually seeing that, you know, he's understanding that this number one position does not come lightly or easily.
Because even Hawk had that he noticed that Endeavor was the only hero who legitimately was trying to surpass All Might. Like, everybody else was just trying to be like, you know, a top hero, but nobody was really reaching for that number one spot.
And they worst of All Might.
And matter of fact, with that said, shouts out to Hawk. When the movie came out, I was like, oh, it's this dude, he can fly, whatever. And then I was like, because since when it comes to heroes, flying is so, I'm just like, everybody can fly, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh, he got wings, whatever. But In this joint, when homie was running backwards, like, I was like, oh snap! And then homie was like throwing his feathers and saving people. I was like, yo,
saving people, fighting.
On the low though, Hawk is
no
nice.
spoilers, but there's a reason why Hawks is so popular already. And it's not just character design, because yeah, he's just like he's just like a Birdman, right? But there's a reason why like people have taken to. I mean, I'm just saying, like he's got goggles. What to do? Amelia Earhart. Okay, let's go.
Sure. What is he again?
But
sweet though.
That should be like what he says when he punches someone out. He just needs to let out his and you know. But for real though, like I mean, I'm not like a Hawk stan or anything, but the character, like my hero, for the most part, they bring you these characters, whether it's hero, villain, or whatever, and they try their best to not necessarily make you like them just because it's like a shonen and everybody's good at their heart, but it's a perspective thing. It's an internal struggle thing of each character that you will see at some point. So you know when you see someone, they're getting a little bit of screen time. It's like, okay, what about what's going on with this guy? So you see him in the movie, then you see him here, and now you know he's a new number 2. And remember to back when we were introduced to Endeavor as number 2. And now what we're looking at Endeavor now is like you got way more than just like he's the first loser, he's number 2. Like there's like a dictionary on Endeavor now. So it gets you hyped up for like, okay, let me see what these other folks in these top 10 got going on. So I'm excited to see more Hawks and etc. in that standpoint.
Can I keep it real? Other than Hawks, when they show the new people, Hawks, Bunny, and Wash, I'm just curious, what the hell is a Wash?
Wash.
Like why? Like what? Like,
I think they might have ran out of ideas. Right
I forgot about the washing machine. I ain't gonna lie.
You know what I'm saying? About to clean up these streets. Speaking spam. You know what I'm saying? About to clean up these streets. You know what I'm saying?
I need to get Wash on COVID, bro.
Yo.
And we need him at each con for the people who don't wash their hands.
Yo, man.
I remember we talking about fat gum. I forgot. How did he get fat again? He just came back automatically over time. Or
fat gum.
Yeah, you remember when he lost it?
Yes, I think he has to absorb it, eat it.
Yeah, because he has to eat a lot because he uses all that energy to
turns his fat into
sort of like the Blob in Marvel, but you know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, because when he got slim, I was like, man, fam kind of cut up under that fat.
Yeah. He's like Choji, man.
Hey, fat gum. Okay.
Except you can't say fat to Choji though.
No.
Choji's
not going for that.
That is one thing that I do like about My Heroes, that they try to, it may not be scientific, but they do try to make a practicality to everybody's quirks. Like, Sun Eater's got to eat his food, or like this happens, or, Gravity gets nauseous if she flies, hovers too much, and
everybody has
Lemillion, is blind, deaf, like when he goes through physical matter and stuff like that. Like it's like there's these little like repercussions and stuff to remind you that these folks are not limitless, which is nice because in shonen you're trained to think, there's the limit does not exist. They just keep going. So. I've always thought that was nice, and you see it more this season than you've have previously, because you kind of sort of forget. It's like, this happens if so yeah, they get tuckered out and literally cannot do anymore. Like their body is busted, and so it's so like Fat Gum being another case in point. There's like I could do this, but this is all I got. After this, is all I got.
With Endeavor, even though I'm pretty sure that this was acknowledged in the manga, but I didn't really know the reason why, like the true reason why he like wanted to be with or find somebody who had like cold powers. Like I just thought he was like, let's hot and cold, let's just come together and build an empire. But they touched on that, because of his power, he had almost reached his limit. That's why I wanted to, then they did the flashes, and he was like, I needed somebody who can get really hot, but then they have the power to cool themselves down so they don't like completely burn
overheat.
Yeah,
because he even talked about like, I'm about to overheat, but you know what I'm saying, he pushed through, you know what I'm saying. So I was like, I see him taking actual steps to try to be better. You know what I'm saying? He's leaving the flowers. He kind of sort of started a connection with Todoroki a little bit. He like
Trying.
he like tried.
He's trying to
baby
try.
steps. Baby steps.
Right now, it's more so at this point in the story is more so that Todoroki realizes that it would be silly to not associate with this guy that literally can like help him become a better hero. Like, why would I not? Like, if nothing else, not necessarily like a mentor, but like a source of information. It's like it's silly to not even lend an ear. That with the subtly like the conflict of this is my asshat father. Like it's like why? But it's like why not? You know, give some effort to at least learn. Yeah. So it's a little bit more like an acquaintance situation now, and they try to do some humorous stuff with it with Endeavor, which personally I think they could leave out right now because it's just like it seems a little out of place. But
I feel like Endeavor should be the butt of jokes. He didn't do anything funny himself.
But I did kind of laugh when he was texting Todoroki, and Todoroki just had him on scene.
Oh yeah,
I was like, wow. I was like, wow, bro. You couldn't even just say like okay or something.
No.
just hit him with a word. You know what I'm saying? Just hit a word.
Nope.
Now
I was like, you know what? I can't even argue. I can't do nothing about it. But honestly, I feel like when I first saw Todoroki, I like, of course, any shonen anime is always gonna have that one dude that's like naturally like just gifted. When I first saw Todoroki, but it's like now I was like, okay, it's gonna be them, Deku and Bakugo gonna be trying to catch him. But it seems like now it's like he's trying to catch Bakugo and Deku. Honestly, to me now it seems like,
yeah,
and they kind of reversed it because I'm like, oh, here we go, the natural. You know, he just got it. You know, just naturally gifted, and these two gonna be trying to catch him. But then it's like now, like
he always has the power levels. He just needs the nuance. He needs more nuance, and to not be such a get over his ego. And he needs to use both his powers.
Yeah. True.
They aren't humble enough to acknowledge that they're still learning and that they have weaknesses. As where Deku is like, he didn't even have a quirk, so he's like, look, I know what I got or what I'm doing. Help me. Like,
help me.
Like if they just humble themselves and like Shay was saying, like, all right, I need to have this relationship with my dad because obviously he's up here at the top with his powers and I have some of the same powers as him. Like, let me get him.
Like, you got the best of both worlds, man. Ain't and on top of that, you're rich too. But he doesn't.
Yeah.
All right, so let me
definitely have some money.
Let me throw this out to you guys because this is something that I thought I was going to get more of this season, and I didn't. The whole thing with Eri and Lemillion. I thought I was going to get some more. Oh, they stealing cars out here, y'all.
I'm just trying to make sure it ain't me. It ain't me back here somewhere where I'm.
One of the big things that I find with My Hero is that everything for the most part is done with a significant purpose, and that purpose may not come to fruition or realization right away, which is nice. Like Lemillion's best boy, he is my best boy. I want him to be back in the game more than anybody.
Yeah.
But it just can't happen. It just can't happen overnight. This child is traumatized, and she's got such an OP power, this one-off power that you can't just rely on. Because if it's something that just came back like once a month, or whatever, then it would be almost. The importance of it wouldn't be filled. It wouldn't be fulfilled. You know, it would just be like, oh, Eri just rewind whatever. She just rewind Deku whenever, and Deku can always go 100%. They just be a team. Like it takes away that like no, some of these things need to just kind of happen. Then they still won't press the reset button because it's a shonen. But like let some of this other stuff kind of happen for the sake of it needing to happen. And then so like this girl couldn't even remember how to smile. Like she had been so traumatized. Like I'm like so we just gonna let her horn grow back and we just gonna use her like a fountain. Like just go press the Eri button, So
Well, I think
So
she would
I
be with the doctor lady.
appreciate.
You know what I'm saying? She could like
Yeah,
she could work with
eventually,
the doctor team.
yeah, eventually Recovery Girl's like, look, I can't help you like that. No, my kisses are not enough. So it's nice that they showed that it's not, that there's some lasting effects here. It wasn't this season, but same with Ida. Like when he messed himself up, they're like, bro, you're gonna have to sit in this hospital bed. Like,
Can I say something?
You know,
from our previous interview, you know, it'd be nice, and I know I'm just gonna, I'm laughing here. If you bring old boy with the Cell generation with Eri-chan and have them work together and learn something.
But Eric can't do anything right now, and I'm sure there's a limitation to his power too.
You need to have both of them under your lock and key as a resource.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah. It's gonna be Eri, that guy, and Coda from when they're in the forest and whatnot. Those are gonna be like, whenever the show's over, that's gonna be the next big three. Like that's, you know.
I do not want to think about that far ahead.
They just need to hit the fuse. All right, so
too old by it.
So I'll throw this out to anybody who wants to speak on it first. How do y'all feel? Because I was kind of I was relieved, but I felt like we could have had a little more diversity in the classroom when we were learning about popping and locking. And I was like, I'm glad we getting this. It's kind of dope. It's kind of nice, but we ain't got enough diversity up in the classroom to really hit you down and go to the floor, get you some, get you some floor work.
Mike, I'm gonna jump in on that one. Be happy they did as good as what they did.
So now just be happy.
I ain't saying be happy. I'm saying it could have been way worse. Because they're still in Japan, so culturally ain't gonna be much diversity that you get.
I will say this, which I think it is not fact, and we don't know. So by no means nobody come for me. But I did see online that someone was like, Mina is kind of like a characterization of like a Ganger girl or a B-gal or something. Like she's pink instead of like super tan or whatever. Like her attitude and her mannerisms, and I don't watch the dub like that, but they say like in the dub, like the way her vocabulary, the way she portrays herself, that's not far off. Like it's not like she just randomly, like I watching Japanese, reading the manga or whatever, I was like, okay, she's kind of came out left field, but she's kind of supposed to represent that gal character, that archetype that's in the classroom. So that's why she was kind of laying that on, and that's why she was kind of the only one who even remotely even knew what she was talking about.
Yeah,
I haven't heard the dub, so that's a good point.
That's what someone brought up. I don't know for sure.
I can see that.
I've never heard that one before.
Like I said, this is some crazy that made sense to me. I'm not saying this fact. Please don't somebody say, well, an issue means, like, girl, I don't know.
Everybody trying to hear that.
Anybody was going to be one to teach, how to pie-lock and like the dance and rhythm and all that.
It could be her.
She was the best pick to be the one to do that. Like,
what about Rock Lock, man? Rock Lock.
Why would a teacher come in and start pie locking?
No.
He got time for
off of his job. That would have been worse. That would have been worse.
To get up the rankings, man. He got time to be teaching. That would have been worse.
He didn't even want the kids there when they went to get the girls. So what you think he gonna do with them now?
Look, we already got if they turned Rock Lock into like a killer bee, I would have been. No. Yeah, right. So it's good that they gave him some dimension, like with his wife and his kid. Like I'm like, we don't need him up here shugging and jiving for the kids.
All right. Let me detour real quick about Killer Bee.
They were going for a minute. I was like, please, Lord, not another.
Let me detour for Killer Bee for a second. Okay. Killer Bee. My issue with Killer Bee is not the fact that he has like his own slang. They are from another area, and it makes sense for them to not speak like other places. But it don't have to be so heavy. Like it ain't gotta be that heavy.
But But he's the
gotta
only one in the
rap
village to
with
talk like that,
Thank
though. Even in
you.
his own village.
Thank you. If everybody had kind of like their own slang, their own vibe, that would have been cool. But dude is rapping, nobody else raps. And like, I wouldn't have even minded like a laid back kind of like speech pattern or something. You know, because like, hey, I don't hang with my regular village. I chill out here. But when they started rapping, and then the raps were good, and then like, I was just like, bro, because everything else is cool. He's flipping the swords. He got it in his teeth. He got it in his elbows and stuff flying around.
He can fight.
He had Sasuke's eyes going all sideways and stuff. Everything was sweet. But
Until
then he had to rap.
Until he rapped. It was over. When he rapped, it was a rap. It was over.
I did like how he took Kisame. Was it Kisame's sword? Because
Yeah.
like Kisame's sword was like, yo, I like you better.
Right.
Terrible.
I like Killer B, but I agree with your points, man. Like I like him in theory, but in execution,
Yeah.
No.
And that's
Have y'all
why
have y'all heard that theory? I just found out about it. It's a real stretch, but they said it's a theory going around that said the quirks are the ladder of stuff from the Hero Association. They were like out of Heroes of One Punch Man, it's like these are the quirks that came from when they started it in the future. I was like, that don't even make sense. But then it was like it was interesting, but it was like the quirks now are because of them, and it's just a ladder stages of it now. It's spreading everywhere now.
I'm gonna say this as far as that. I like, sometimes fall off theories is cool. I want the worlds to stay separate because One Punch Man season 2 animated was so trash, and by the time they showed that racist ass character, I
haven't even seen season 2, so I didn't even know it was season 2.
Don't waste your time.
I've never seen an episode.
Oh no! I mean, watch it.
Sorry about it.
Anime, I know, but still watch. It's still some great moments. But it did fall off animation wise.
It fell off bad.
I'm trying to be nice here. It fell off bad.
Speaking of animation, I do think that the consistency of quality in animation in My Hero is almost unmatched across 4 seasons. And it doesn't really dip when it comes to actually hand to hand. Like some fights might be shorter or something like that, but the animation and the soundtrack. I mean, when they played the like OG theme with the vocals, when Deku flew up with Eri, that moment, and then it got real silent. Like, mean, like, you just can't, like, that's why it's considered one of the big 3 now. This is why people watch this show, is moments like that. You don't get those moments as much as you used to in current anime. Like, you're just like, like the hype. Like several of y'all said, y'all rewatched some of these fights over and over again, because it has that quality that it's just like, you don't get as much these days. I think the only recent other ones I could think of is Demon Slayer had a couple. Boruto had one with Naruto and Sasuke. And then there's some Attack on Titan stuff. Other than that, like it's not just like, oh, you just real like it's just this consistent quality that does.
Because the only anime you consistently compare wise is more consistent, I think. And so once you talk about animation wise, the Fate series.
I have not seen it.
Consistent wise, those 2 animes.
I hear good things about it though. I hear good things about it.
Yeah, the consistent wise, Fate and My Hero there's no comparisons.
Fate is definitely,
it may it's only 2, it's like 2 or 3 seasons. Psychopaths animations are good too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because
Mob Psycho has good animation.
Mob Psycho.
Mob Psycho.
Okay.
Yeah, as good as Mob Psycho was, that's how bad One Punch Man season 2 was, and that's both by the same creator. Like one went up, one went down.
I can't even count no more.
Studios matter.
No more. It was still good action and everything, and I saw most people like, I can't even really count no more. But that's just me personally. I didn't think it was that bad, but I'm not gonna argue nobody though that thinks.
Bruh, once I saw a character look like a straight something out of, I don't know, man, out of slavery, a character out of slavery, my soul was dead, bro. I was like, get this season over with. Come on with it. Let's just go. Let's run through this. I'm done. Like, I was so mad. Like, yeah, he was already terrible in season 1, but he was kind of looked like a human. Then they made him jet black with like pink lips. I'm like, what? I'm like, with beady little eyes. I'm like,
big lips.
Yeah, like he's a walking oil slick. And look, there's people who are of a dark hue, but people don't like y'all.
It's like y'all try to be funny. There's definitely enough between transplants, between military bases. There are enough black people in Japan. There are enough black people in South Korea. There's enough black people for you to reference and see.
Let me just say, and to the weeaboos, if y'all listening, or to the people who love anime so much, please go read a history book. Learn your history, especially if you're a black otaku. Don't let this supersede your humanity. All right, for real. That's from one to grow on or something, man. You know, listen to me. I'm old. I know something.
I'm old. I know things.
Just don't fall into that game. You know, respect yourself. You know,
respect yourself.
I had to say it. That's how bad it was. But anyway, back to my hero.
So, with the things that we brought up, are you happy with season 4?
Yes.
And are we ready? What do you want to see in season 5? I guess I'll start with Rachel.
What I want to see, I definitely want to see Endeavor's internal strife and his just like overall journey to become not only somewhat of a decent human being. I don't know how you can redeem yourself after the level of shit he did, but it's believable. It's believable that it is doable based on how they ended season 4, for me at least. So I really want to see that. I want to see, Bakugo and Todoroki like finally just be like, you know what, we need help us expand our powers, because I feel like there's so much, like, just what they're doing now is just completely just the surface of like what their powers can really show. And honestly, I kind of want to see Deku just like relax and be like, you know what, I am low-key like that shit, like just like I don't know if that's going to happen, but it'll be nice to maybe just kind of see him feel confidence in himself, and okay. I mean, just seeing exposed to other more diverse characters. Hope maybe we'd get some more screen time with some Rock Lock, and maybe another black person, something like that.
Like, but, a couple more. Fight. Let's act like let's not act like there ain't no black people in Japan.
Right.
Like, let's not act like there ain't no black people in Asia in general.
Right. So that, and just some more kick-ass fight scenes and stuff like that.
Cool. Jensen?
What I want to see more in season 5, first of all, I don't want them to tone down Bakugo, because of course they got that, him and Deku got that shonen duo. I don't want Bakugo to go like really soft and just like, all right, I finally feel like I've been wrong all these years of doing you bad. No, I want him to stay the same. I don't want him to change nothing.
Yeah.
I want him to stay hothead, talking bad to him and everything. And then I want to see. I just want to see more heroes. I want to see the ones we haven't seen. Like I want when they. I want to see like, is there another school out there besides the two high schools that we saw compete when old boy with the wind that was in the competition came?
Okay.
Even in other countries. I want to see American schools. I was about to say, even in other countries, like, what do the other country schools look like?
Mm-hmm.
Right, you know, that's just me, because I've been on my God of High School thing, and they show in the tournament, they show like different countries have different warriors. So I want to see, like, I know it's 1 and 2, but I want to see what was the third school. You know, if it's a third one, I was going to see more heroes, pretty much. Not to like water it down, but you know, just more, just a little bit more.
Oh, sprinkle a little.
Pretty much.
All right, Ninja.
First question was, did I enjoy season 4? Yes and no. But I was expecting it to be what it was, for the most part. So, I think as a unit, it's the weakest season thus far, but strictly because of the latter half. But I knew that was coming. It was still enjoyable, obviously. But I am super stoked for season 5 and 6 because, once again, no spoilers, but if you agree with me and you think that the Gentle Criminal arc was the least likable, it's going to be nothing but straight fire, like, here on, at least to now. Not going to even tell you what's going on, but I'm just excited for the action. I'm excited for more characters and development and story. And it's just I'm just ready to just keep taking in more, because like Gamma and Jensen said, like, there's so much to expand on this world and this universe that I was like, we know 1A's got what they got going on. We got some of this other stuff going on. We're getting some of these heroes. This universe is so much potential for spinoffs, and there's a prequel light novel series out there. There's all these other stuff out there, like, that we can tap into, like other countries and stuff like that. That, I mean, of course I want to see it, but I already know that, like, we gotta get some of this other stuff into. So let's get it on and going. It can actually be a little fast. I don't say faster pace, but the seasons could be longer. Like, there's some content now that we're just like, it's chomping at the bit now. Like, the stage has been set, so I'm just like ready. I'm just like chomping at the bit for more.
And Keith?
Basically, man, like, you can't go wrong with more action. Kind of like what Jensen said. Even though I root against Bakugo, I like that he's a curmudgeon. I want him to still be a hothead. I want Deku to still punch him in the face. I want them to go at it. I want Todoroki to get in there, fight some of them sometimes, you know. I want that real drive to be a hero. So, like, you know, they're going in their second year. So they're going to be what second years now, right? So it's time for them to get it in gear. As the movie showed, they show progression. I want to see more of that within the show, within the classroom. I want what's his name, Azayo, if I'm probably saying wrong, but you know, to push them some more. If we're gonna dip back into the classroom setting, I want it to be harder, like more tests, more provisional stuff, more going out and patrolling, more fighting. Of course, we know they're gonna get more danger, but I just want more of what make this a great series. Give me more Bunny. Give me more All Might. I want it when the filler, if there is any filler, because the good thing about this series, you know, it's not that much filler. I'm glad that they actually take breaks to give you quality after 25 episodes, so it's not really much filler. But I want my filler with All Might. I want to see what All Might is doing in the filler. Like, I think he and some of the other teachers should get some more love in filler episodes to set the framework going on in the filler. So just give me more ass kicking, more Bunny, more Endeavor taking shit as he should, and more Bakugo giving it and taking it too.
So for me, season 4 was a mixed bag that ended strong. I wanted to get more of Lemillion and Aries' relationship. I wanted to get some more teachers. I feel that we wasted a lot of time on Gentle Criminal, even though I know that's supposed to be canon, but just because it's canon doesn't mean it needs to be adapted. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we could have cut that out and got more of Todoroki's life, his siblings, how they feel. Do they all feel the same about their father? Do they feel maybe one feels like it's time to, kind of like, I guess, let them back into the family. The other two don't. Something, who knows? Also, I'd like to see a little bit more, and I know this was fillery, but I didn't mind the song that they made. I was like, you know what, this is a nice little tune.
It was cool. Now you talking, Mike. Now you talking.
It was a nice little tune.
It have those light moments. The kids, light moments.
Light moments. But then, of course, it ended strong. Hawk is sweet. I slept.
Yes.
Hawk, I slept on you. That's my fault. I saw you in the movie. You was just flying, and I was like, so what? You know what I'm saying? I felt the same way about you that I feel about Angel and the X-Men. I was just like, so what? But you know what? You have changed my mind. You were saving people with feathers. You used the feather as a sword. You got my love.
Bruh, that sword feather.
Yo, it was like, so. But next season, I want to see a lot more of. I love like multiple villains. So I'd like to see, and I like when there's people that don't get along inside of the villains. So, for instance, I want to see more League of Villains and see where that fracture is. And maybe there's a situation where a villain can sort of side with the heroes to get another villain, and those kind of unholy alliances from time to time. I think that would be cool. Similar to like in DC, Lex Luthor does not like Joker. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's very well known. So stuff like that. Like you got the Injustice League, you got the League of Villains. It's essentially the same thing. So I do like, like you said, when he came and took that arm, he was like, hey, I remember. You know what I'm saying? So I like those things. So
one time for Big Sis Bang. He snatched that arm off, bro.
Yo, he took that joint and left him to
He
die.
popped it. It's like, I'm like, damn. The Overhaul took it like a G. He didn't even like make a noise. I'm like, Overhaul, your arm is gone, bro.
It was like, I don't even care. But guys, first I'd like to say thank you. Well, once again, I'd like to say thank you for coming through. Thank you for rolling through and talking about, of course, my hero, having a good time. I will start to my left, maybe, unless they flip it on the video, but my left. Ninja, tell the wonderful people where they can find you.
I am Ninja Yoyo Cosplay at the Ninja Yoyo on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, and iTunes. I'm not on iTunes.
And then to the southwest, Gamma Ray.
Yes, I am Gamma Ray Cosplay. All together, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Gamma Ray Cosplay. Check me out.
Word. And southeast, Jensen.
You can find me on Instagram, JStarks1906. I got my comic anime fan page, Jensen World on Facebook, and also that's my podcast name. And also, you can find me on Twitter, Jensen the King.
Word up, word up. And to the right, Blerdish. What up?
Well, you can find me, Keith Cooper, on Facebook. You can find Blerdish on Facebook. You can find Blerdish on IG. It's blerd.ish on there. Find us at www.blerdish.com. That's www.blerd-ish.com. Also, you can find us now, the podcast, on TuneIn, Anchor, Mixcloud, Spotify. But always go to the website because we got sales coming up. Get you a Blerdish t-shirt. Shameless plugs to 9,000. So get you some. And got comic books that we sell for a lot of Black artists that I am still working on getting on the site, but you can hit me up and we can ship some books to you, such as like Harry Tubman Demon Slayer, books from Milton Davis, books from 133 Art. So a multitude.
Word up, word up. And guys, of course, NERDSoul, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all them places. Holla at ya, boy. And I got NERDSoulite. You ready to get out of here?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So guys, from us to you, holla at us down in the comments. Let's talk my hero. This was the Dirty South episode. You know what?
Dirty.
We might have to do this again on somebody else's stuff. Because the Dirty South episode.
I'm gonna see y'all season 5 for sure.
We do this on the Geeked Up podcast.
Yeah, we had to do this somewhere else. Do the Dirty
I'm still
South
waiting
episode.
to be invited to Geeked Up podcast though. Rachel ain't had me on yet. I had on my show.
Had you on my show, try to give you a little light. But guys, thank you for chilling with us. And from us to you, you ready to say peace? Say peace. Peace.
Word.
Bye.
Well, what up?